do is to go through chapter 5, which is all about inserting doors and windows. Great practice in learning how to do that. So there's some exercises in here to do that. Loading door and window types from the library, we're going to look at that tonight. And if they don't exist, how do we get them out of Revit City? And then here, this is really important, duplicate and modify a type. If it doesn't exist, if the door that we want does not exist, then what we would do is we would go ahead and create a duplicate, okay? And when you do that, it essentially brings up this kind of dialog box, and here's where you could change it. In this particular case, it's saying it's a double glass one, and the size is 72 inches by 84 inches. Well, 72 inches is going to be the width, okay? 6 feet is 72 inches, and the height is 7 feet, or 84 inches. So those are on there. Now, what if you wanted to make another double glass that was, let's say, instead of being 72 inches, you might want to make it 96 inches by 84. Well, then what you do, you go ahead and duplicate it, and you would change it to 96 by 84, and then you'd come down here. You'd leave 84, but you'd change this to 8 feet, or 96 inches. And then that is how you go ahead and create additional doors, windows, and other content. So this is really important stuff, okay? Because as you're working with Revit, everything is not going to be there for you, but it's completely customizable, so you can put anything you need to. So that is how we're going to go around doing that. We're going to actually work on this tonight. Okay, and then there's loading and creating doors, chapter 5. That's pretty much what that is. So doors and windows. And again, I'd recommend you guys spend time with that and get that. You get some time to do those exercises because they just are very, very well laid out. Okay, now the next one here that we have is chapter 7, which talks about working with views. Now, when we're talking about views in Revit, we're talking about looking at the model in different ways. And so as we're looking at the model in different ways, we're going to basically be able to tell Revit that in any particular view, we might want to change what we see. And that means we could say, you know, in this view, I don't want to see my dimensions, and I don't want to see my roof information, and I don't want to see any kind of text. I just want to see my rough information. Well, you can change every view to be customized in Revit. View properties, right here, this is where you can actually change the scale, and also we talked about the visual styles and so forth. Setting the view display, this is where you can actually also tell Revit that you want to see some information, like let's say you, in this particular instance, you're looking at a floor plan, but you're also seeing an underlay, and you're seeing the underlay of the floor 2 and floor 3. So essentially, the underlay is giving you information that is not part of this particular view, but you're seeing it as a view coming through, and that's something that's valuable for different things as you need to refer to content that's underneath or above the level you're on. View range, we'll get away from that. Plan settings, this is not really too big a deal, but call out views, this is where you can actually tell Revit you want to look at a particular piece of information, a floor plan piece. You can use different view templates. You can make duplicate views. In other words, if you have a floor plan, you need to have some additional information on it. You can use it as a duplicate view. And then you can duplicate views and set the view display. These are basically the same view, although here you see some information that indicates the column grid, and down here the column grid's been turned off, as well as these elevation markers. Those have also been turned off, just to clean it up. And you also see that the insulation and detail that's inside the walls has also been turned off. So you can actually have those kind of changes in your views. Oh, you can have different kinds of call-outs. You can add call-out views, and this is getting a little bit ahead of us right now, but I wanted to bring up the whole thought of what views are, and elevations or sections are part of that. We're definitely going to be getting into those next week, and we'll be looking at them tonight. Sections are where you actually cut the view of a particular part of the building, so you can actually see sections, see what it would look like if it was actually in a sectional view as opposed to an overhead view. Elevation markers allow you to actually see the elevation of an object, modifying those and so forth. So again, good exercises as far as working with views. So what we're going to do is now tonight, we are going to work on Revit Floor Plan 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get out of here, and I want to take